Hey guys, this is really not a game I feel like I could or should review, but I feel like I should just do it for the sake of just going through, the list. So Slender. Slender was another game that's very popular with FNAF at the era of streaming, and streaming really took off with the whole horror genre, and Slender was really at the beginning of that. And it was a very simple premise. You're in the woods, you need to find 8 pages basically, and when you turn around, there is a Slender Man there. So Slender Man is basically there's just a man with a suit and like a white kind of morph suit. Like he just has a pure white head basically. And so again, this captured a whole generation of streamers and game watchers. But how is the game itself? Well, it's all right, I guess. I remember playing it. And I got really frustrated because I would get 4, maybe 5 pages out of 8, and I would just be impossible to escape Slenderman at that point, where you have to turn away, but you also have to sneak. It was very difficult to figure out exactly to do, and in each page itself, it says things cryptic things like, "Oh, he watches," or "He's behind you," or things like that. So I kind of, at least semi appreciate. It's a very basic game. Like this is super bare bones, like made in Unity 1.0 or whatever. But at least appreciate how there's some kind of semblance of lore or energy here. You move so slowly though; it's so painful. You don't know where to go, and so the idea is that you play it multiple times to find all the pages and find the full story. And as you go through, each area, you remember where all the pages are. And what's really interesting is that I think this is the first game where you had static at the side of the screen that indicated where the enemy was, or at least I remember that was one iconic thing of Slender that made it somewhat interesting. And so it's interesting that Slender didn't have as much as a takeoff as FNAF did, where FNAF went on to have multiple sequels and a big ass movie. Slender actually also ended up having a spin-off movie that was, of course, directed totally by someone different and just based off the game itself. But I found the Slender movie to be actually somewhat tolerable, somewhat interesting. It's like, okay, this is like not a good horror movie, but it's not awful. It's like kind of above mid or mid itself, and it's like okay, it's passable basically, which is very unusual for game adaptations in general. But for horror movies, they can just do whatever they want because the whole thing is abstract anyway. And so yeah, you'll find things like overpasses, tunnels, cars, bathrooms, different abandoned things in the woods, and yeah, just don't see the guy, or else then when he sees you, all this your screen goes static, and the idea is that you have a like a camcorder, the deal at this point, and it goes all static and it shows him like looking up at you, and yeah, so this is a very bare bones jump scare horror game, running away from the thing, always constantly being afraid, jumping up and going soy facing at your camera, very basic stuff. But again, is it worth playing today? No, not really. In fact, I saw something once, there was like some demo for like a Slender Man remastered or like Slender Man 2, and it was really weird. It was outside, it was during the day. I have a very hazy, fudgy memory of this. I think it was on 360 or something. It was really weird, but I remember it existed. It was like another Slender Man game, and it was very bizarre. Anyway, but yeah, that's pretty much the game. That you kind of what you see is what you get. I don't even know why I'm bothering reviewing this. And that it's a fine, I guess, jump scare game. I guess I prefer FNAF simply because there's a little bit more complexity to it. But I mean, it is what it is, right? It's a simple game. It's a simple thing. Whatever. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. All I got to say about it. I'll see you later. Bye.